here you go. This is Emily C., my new bestie.
I hate the idea that someone out there hates me. I even hate thinking that Al-Qaeda hates me. I think if they got to know me, they wouldn't hate me.
This stole the show. Emily C. was phenomenal.
There's something you need to know.
What?
You're doing great.
Look at my baby. Here she is. Emily. 10 out of 10. Huge fan.
I see Emily C says 123. I trust her. She's really good.
Listen, Turtle. Listen, Turtle. You gotta watch your language. You gotta watch your language. I'm already live. So you need to follow the FCC guidelines.
She destroyed, left nothing in her path. It was so good.
Good morning. Hello. I got a I just looked really creepy. I got a real camera like that real YouTubers use, and I'm figuring out how it works. So excuse me for a second. I can do cool stuff with it though. I can like blur the background. I can zoom in weird. I don't know. So I'm figuring that out. But I'm very excited to be here with you guys today. And why does it keep looking so weird? Does it look weird for you guys too? Anyway, Heather, you look cute today too. I can just tell. I just feel it. But thank you. You're adorable. You make me happy every time I see you. I'm very excited to be here today. And so that I don't forget, let's start with the sea creatures. Oh, look at those little guys in the background too. I should change that. How's everybody feeling today? I'm feeling, let me think for a second. I feel peaceful, feel a little silly. For anybody that loves somebody with autism, you will understand this. So for anybody who doesn't know, my son Carter is 5. He has autism. He is nonverbal or just starting to talk, pre-verbal. We're not really quite sure what the future holds. But we work on speech with him like 24/7. We go to speech therapy twice a week outside of school, twice a week at school. I'm like constantly working on speech with him. And one thing we've been working on just a ton is like, what's your name? Carter. What's your name? Carter. I really want him to be able to answer that. We practice it like 100 times a day. We still haven't gotten it like independently. Yesterday, Carter watched Mickey Mouse Clubhouse for the first time ever. And this morning, so clearly, is going around the house saying, Miska, Muska, Mickey Mouse. As clear as day, like, can hear every single word. And it's like, what's happening? And the human brain is just a very, very interesting place. Like, what is going on in there that we can practice? What's your name, Carter? What's your name, Carter? 400 times and we're not getting it. And you see Mickey Mouse one time. He says, Miska, Muska, Tiki Mouse. And it's like, what is happening? It is just, the human brain is just an interesting place. I think it is just Disney is magical. Dexter Save Us from the Commonwealth just said Disney is magical. There must be something with like the way that like Mickey Mouse appeals to kids and like reaches a part of their brain that like I just can't get to, because I cannot explain to you what the first time he said it, I was like, wait, what just happened? So I don't know what feeling that goes with. Surprised, proud, excited. I feel a lot of things. But, I forgot to do this part. I forgot the beginning part that you guys, I'm overwhelmed. I'm Emily C. You might know me as one of the worst human beings in a sea of terrible human beings who have attached themselves to John O'Keefe's death, or an idiot, an internet liar. You can just tell I talked down to all the kids by my demeanor. Or you might know me as a domestic terrorist. Yay. But today I'm just me. And today we're going to do two things on very opposite ends of the internet spectrum. First, or in tandem, we are going to talk about the campaign that the Testify people waged against me, and how fun that was for me. And we're going to talk about Fervent, who created an amazing outro for my channel. And we're going to watch a whole bunch of Fervent's videos because he's amazing. The songs are amazing. And that's fun, especially when some other things are not fun. Francine says, good morning, sea creatures. You guys are literally the best. Hey, Claire. Also, you guys, I was up last night till like an ungodly hour putting this slideshow together. There are like slides together that I want to show you guys today. When I was listening to Claire was on Chat Rats, I was like just so entertained, grabbing all the things I wanted for this. And then I opened up this stream and it was like, you're live in 6 hours. And I was like, I need to go to bed. Yes. So today we're going to send all the we're going to take all the negativity from the Testify stuff that we're going to talk about. We're going to put it into love, and we're going to send it all to Fervent. The link to Fervent's channel, it's Fervent HOSP, is in the description of this video. And the reason why we're sending Fervent all this love today is because he made for me an outro for my channel. So if anybody's new here, I have had an outro so far up until now that was, hey you, that was Hank's closing, a parody video of Hank's closing arguments. The Testify people actually had a lot to say about that. They said it was vile. They thought I was making fun of the O'Keefe family. I was making fun of Hank, just to be clear. But I've had this video. I should play it one more time, like for posterity here. But my mom has become the biggest fan of my channel, which has been really hilarious. She'll like use all our lingo. She's like, I can't watch right now, but I'm going to watch on the replay crew. And she always has like really positive feedback about the anything that I do on here, except every like 2 shows, every other show, she'll be like, has anybody else told you how annoying your outro is? It like really slips me out of my good mood when you start that Hank voice. She'll be like, has anybody else told you they think you're so annoying in that video? Like, so the other day I went on a binge of all of Fervent's songs. And then I was like, I wonder if he would make me an outro. And he did, and it's amazing. So that's where this all started today. Okay, I'm all over the place, as you can see, but yay, welcome. Let's see where we're going to start. Should we listen to the outro? Is that weird? To just play an outro in the very beginning of a show? Because I kind of want to do that. Let's do that. We're going to listen to the outro that started this all. So don't leave. This is not the end of the show. This is just for fun. And thank you, Fervent, for this amazing song.
If you need a place to breathe, some stress to just relieve, then come and watch Emily see, where we keep it drama free. We want justice for John O'Keefe, Aiden and Kelsey. Wave bye-bye to Morrissey. Let's clean up Norfolk County. Emily C, the one we need. Reading sidebars with Corey. Writing Hank diaries. Giving the people what they need. It's my pleasure to entertain. Keeping you laughing makes my day. Positivity all the way. Why don't we tell Satan not today? And now it's time to say goodbye. But before we say goodnight, just keep one thing in mind. Please like, comment, subscribe.
How good is that, you guys? Right? Thank you so much. So that's Fervent's. And can you at Fervent, can you at some point explain what Fervent Hosp means? Is it like hospice care? Is it a hospital? Are you a hospitality group? Are you hospitable? Long to dying cold? What is hosp? What is fervent? What is life? Anyways, so that is the video that started this all, but it gives me an excuse. Hospitality, all of the above. Long to die and cold. I'm going with that one. So that's going to be the positive side of everything. And the fun side is we're going to talk about how the Testify campaign doxed me this week. For those of you who are not on Twitter, you are stronger than me. But I want to be really clear about a few things before we start this. They doxed my last name. It's not that big a deal. I'm literally nobody. There are like actual, like high profile people, Peter Tragos, Mark Betterow, like people who are actually high profile that go by their full name online. It's not that big of a deal. I'm not going to dox it myself on my channel because I don't want to do that, but you can look it up. The thing that frustrated me about it is that should be my choice. I understand that they're upset about some things. We're going to get into that. I knew that they knew my last name because when I very first came onto Twitter and I had like 200 followers, I was going by my first and last name. And okay, so this is a funny story. So I went on Facebook and I joined the like Karen Reed is guilty group, not because I thought Karen Reed was guilty, just to be clear, but because I thought it was like a normal Facebook group where like you can join a group that you are not aligned with just to like hear how other people think. So like if you're like a Republican, you might join the Democrats of Massachusetts group just to like hear what's going on in that orbit, to like get out of your echo chamber. And that's what I thought I was doing. And within like 2 days of being on Twitter, a whole bunch of them, like were suddenly in my comments and they were like, you thought you could get into our group. We found you. And I was like, you found me using my first and last name on my Facebook account and my first and last name on my Twitter account with a picture of me smiling and a whole bunch of pictures that were public at the time. Make your Facebooks private, you guys. I wasn't hiding anything. It was literally me. And then they tried to hack into my Facebook account. I started getting all these alerts that were like, your password, blah, blah. And I was like, this is so weird. So that was my first like introduction to Twitter. I understood what was going on. I changed my name to Emily C. And I kind of had a feeling that this was coming eventually. So it's kind of like we ripped the Band-Aid. We're here. We did it. We survived. The part about this, I'm going to skip ahead in this little slideshow and then come back, because the part about this that really, like I can mute people and block people that say mean things to me. I don't love it. Like, don't let the trolls know that, but like some people can hear things about themselves and just be like, clap back and stuff. It didn't like affect me, but I just don't like it. But the part that really bothers me is the fact that this was coming directly from a campaign of people that is supported by the police in my state who are supposed to be in charge of me, who are supposed to be not in charge, what's the word? Who are supposed to protect me, who are supposed to be impartial, who are supposed to, if something from the internet, like from this, escalated 2 steps further than them just texting me, and which they had my phone number, they were texting me, messaging my mother-in-law, that was weird. If it escalated 2 steps beyond that, I should feel comfortable reaching out to the people who are supposed to protect me. And when there's state police sergeants who are saying things like, from the bottom of my heart, I want to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. All of you who supported my family, coworkers, and I over the last few years, genuine sincerity. But also all of you who showed your true colors and low level of intelligence, believing stupid conspiracy theories for your own entertainment while helping ruin innocent people's lives, and did it so proudly. Thank you. Sarcasm. Like, that is the part that is unnerving to me. Like, I know that loonies are going to exist on the internet. I know that and actually, as we're going to see in here, I know that the internet doesn't always bring out the best of each one of us. Like, I said things in here that you'll see that I would not say out loud to somebody in person. And that was a good reminder for me to kind of like read something out loud before I press send and that sort of thing. But when it's the police, like, that makes me think that like Yuri's one of these burner accounts that's attacking me. And that's the part that makes me nervous. Now I need to go through these comments and put a few of the those you got, and also you guys are amazing, and it was so clear to me throughout this that your positivity and your connection to reality, I don't know how to exactly say it, and your encouragement was so much greater than any of the like hate that I was getting. But I need to put some of your comments up here so that when my mom watches this later, she doesn't panic and tell me that I need to stop doing YouTube. So Megan says, you are a threat to their narrative, so they're attacking you. It's very obvious. I agree 100%. I was like typing notes to myself and I wrote, what I know for sure is this type of attack happens when people feel scared. And if they were really innocent, allegedly, in my opinion, I would not be scared. Kim, keep it moving. I love your face too, truly. Thank you so much. Ashley sent $4.99 and said, hey, Emily, we're so proud of Carter. Oh, Love my amazing autistic pre-verbal son, also named Carter, and that makes me so happy. I like the term pre-verbal because it's like we really don't know what's going to happen, and pre-verbal feels much more like open to the possibility of anything. Melanie said, I love X, but I don't read all the drama and the Turtle Boy Care and Read world. Yeah. So that's another thing is I have like kind of had a rule for myself since starting on here that I was not going to get kind of like sucked into any drama that I couldn't tell my best friend about in real life. That was like my rule from the very beginning. So we have dinner once a month, and I couldn't see myself like sitting down with her and being like, so there's this burner account, John Barron. But I could sit down with her and talk her ear off till she's like, okay, you need to relax about 227 and key cycle 1162 and who put the rock outside of 34 Fairview and all the things. And so those were the things that I let myself focus on. And along with that, I have not sought out or engaged with anybody that I disagree with online. Like things will pop up that I'm like, oh, that's not right. But I don't like no shade to people who do, but like I don't try to correct anybody that I disagree with. In my head, I'm like, I'm not a juror, you're not we have no impact on kind of like real world outcomes from this. So if we disagree, we disagree, and like that's fine. And so that's another reason why it was kind of frustrating to have all of these like accounts I've never seen before suddenly telling me I'm like the worst person on earth. We'll get to those. Yeah, Mitchell Samuel said police are supposed to serve and protect. And I wonder who Yuri is serving and protecting when he says this, because he is serving and protecting somebody. It's just not us. Oh, I love that. Kat Randall, I thought you went to work, Kat Randall. Kat Randall said, screw them all. I like that. More people love you than those crazy weirdos. A sleepless sleuth. I really appreciate that. Yes, contacting family is wild to the point that Kate Peter, in the midst of talking trash about me, in her replies, suddenly replied to somebody who was talking about my mother-in-law and said, her mother-in-law is off limits unless she's part of this movement, like don't bring her up. And I was like, thanks, Kate Peter. I actually really appreciate that. And I actually appreciate a kind of like a foe that plays by the rules. Because that is wild. Like that was just weird. And like texting me was weird. They were like texting me pictures of myself. Like, okay, cool. Okay, I'm going to skip down to the bottom, and now I want to get into this like slideshow I made. So the original post, and like you guys know, for anybody who's not on Twitter, like you guys know, okay, I know she doesn't really play by the rules, but in that instance, she played fair. Like she was talking a whole bunch of trash, but then like had a limit. I don't know why she did that, honestly. You guys know how this is on Twitter, where it's kind of like a post like this is basically telling all of their followers, like, go get her, like, do your thing. Like they see a post like this, down below the text of the post is a video, and we're going to break down the video with screenshots and talk about what they are frustrated about. But this is what the post says: from Testify Defending the Truth on January 9th, on my mom's birthday. Rude. They didn't know that. I mean, they might have known that. Honestly, they're weird. They said, teachers don't just teach subjects, they help shape the people our children become. I agree with that. That has nothing to do with me on Twitter. But sure. It's hard to square that sentiment with the public behavior of Emily, aka Emily C., who routinely uses her platform to mock the appearances of young women and casually label people murderers, despite the fact that they have never been charged with a crime. If you have a book handy, look that one up. It's spelled defamation. Defendingthetruth.org. Okay. Let's just hop, skip, and a jump right over the fact that Karen Reed was acquitted of murder twice, and all of their accounts are chock full of accusations of Karen being a murderer still, which feels hypocritical. That's number one. Number two, I was a teacher. I was a kindergarten teacher for 15 years. I am no longer a teacher. I don't think that teachers need to be teachers all the time, even if I was still currently in the classroom. Now this does get into like kind of a gray area, and I think people have a hard time with gray areas in general because there are things that teachers should keep private. I think there's varying degrees of like where people fall on like what that line is exactly. For me personally, like I shared a lot with my students and their families. Like I was teaching when I got engaged. I was teaching when I got married. I shared a whole bunch of pictures and shared good news. I was teaching when I found out I was pregnant with Carter. I shared that. It was during COVID. So that was weird, but I like sent them videos of Carter and his like first couple of days of life. But people have different opinions about where the line is. I don't need to be a kindergarten role model all the time. And like for anybody, like I love this. Nancy said, you are Carter's teacher, and that I agree. I also don't need to be Carter's role model 24/7 all the time. Adults can have adult aspects of themselves that are not correlated to their job as a teacher, as a parent. Just like if any of you, like if you're in sales, you don't need to be like selling things all the time. Like you go to work and you do sales, and then you don't go all like you don't just walk around selling things to people. If you're a manager, you go to work and you be a manager, and then you go home and you don't manage strangers on the internet. That's your job. And I think for me, I feel the same way about teaching. The internet does not, which we're going to see. So hi, Zach. Okay. It was literally trending like on people's like, not on the like real news of the world. Like Venezuela is much more critical to the world than former kindergarten teacher accused of defaming Karen Reed witnesses. But for anybody who's like in this little corner of the internet, this was the top news story on your like For You page, whatever it's called, news. So that was weird. I thought it was photoshopped at first, and then I clicked on mine and I was like, oh no. We talked about how Yuri is the problem. Okay, so now we're gonna, this is out of order. Hold on. Oh, please. Let's watch a Fervent video while I figure out why this is backwards. So that's what we're gonna do during this. We're gonna break up the annoyance with some of my favorite Fervent videos. I know that countdowns like this usually start with like my fifth favorite, my fourth. We're going to start with my first favorite because I want to, and I'm in charge. This is the House defendants. And something I need you to pay attention to in Fervent songs while I'm figuring this out. Melanie asked, "What did your husband say?" He did not like this. They were messaging him on Facebook, sending things. I'll take some screenshots of that right now. Sending things like, "You should know what your wife is up to." And he's like, he doesn't really follow all of this. So he was like, why does everybody hate you? And I had to first convince him that I didn't do anything wrong. He didn't love it. And he doesn't get it. He was relieved 2 days later when he was like, "Is everybody still coming for you?" And I was like, "No, they've all they fell asleep. They tired themselves out or got distracted." But also don't tell the trolls he didn't love that, or they'll capitalize on that. But yeah, didn't love it. Anyways, back to Fervent. Am I out of control right now? I kind of feel like it. When you meet somebody in this trial landscape that they say a couple details and you're like, "Oh, you are in it with me." You're not just talking about "Oh, I think there was a dog in the house," or "I think," whatever people say that just surface level follow the case. There are details in Fervent songs that I was like, "Oh, you are in the rabbit hole with me," and I love it. So this song is the House Defendants, and you will see what I mean. And if you haven't, I'm so excited for anybody who has not heard this yet. Enjoy.
McAlbert third party. There ain't no party like a McAlbert third party. There ain't no party like a McAlbert third party. There ain't no party like a McAlbert third party. We got you right where we want you. We're gonna threaten you with defamation lawsuits. Got Al and Damon shaking in their boots. They scared, they bit off more than they can chew. Hold on, wait a minute, what does that say? 23 pages in and I'm only halfway. How the hell did they call our bluff? We thought our empty threats would scare them off. Now they're out here calling us the House defendants. How the hell do we even contest this? Guess Karen really wants her vengeance. Oh shit. Now we're known as the House Defendants. House Defendants. We the House Defendants. It's not pleasant to be a House Defendant. Iggy getting tipsy off that Jameson and ginger. Never thought that I would be a penny pincher. The sweet whacker got me down to my last dollar. I still think she wants this decorated dude. I should call her. There ain't no party like a McAlbert third party. There ain't no party like a McAlbert third party. There ain't no party like a McAlbert third party. There ain't no party like a McAlbert third party. Now they're out here calling us the House Defendants. How the hell do we even contest this? Guess Karen really wants her vengeance. Oh shit. Now we're known as the House Defendants. House Defendants. We the House Defendants. House Defendants. We are House Defendants.
So good, right? Yes, he does these with AI, but it's from my understanding, there's like AI song generating things where you can just like plug in an idea and it will like spit out a song in a certain style. But this is like so another level. Like this is like actual talent. Why does the new camera look so freaky? My face doesn't look like that. Anyways, I think I figured this out. So good, right? Like so good. And they're like all different styles. We'll get to some more. It's just so fun. Fervent, you're amazing. Okay, I think now this is, what was I doing that whole time if I don't even have it ready, you guys? Okay. Okay, so for those of you who haven't seen, don't go give them views. I'll just explain it to you. This post is a video. It has this like creepy, this like, what's that Jack in the Box song that's like creepy children's music playing in the background. And these are press-on nails, you guys. 10 out of 10 recommend. I can't sit at a nail salon. I literally can't even sit still to do this. Okay, so there's creepy music playing in the background and the video starts and it's a TikTok. Also, the only thing that they like doxed or like publicized about me that I didn't choose to put out there was my last name. Besides that, they just took my public posts and then posted them. Like I chose to make this video on TikTok. So this is a video I posted in 2022 when I was teaching, and I was talking about empathy. And I talked about how in my classroom, I teach my kindergartners that empathy means that you can put your heart into somebody else's heart so that you can feel what they're feeling. I don't even remember now what the point of that post was, but like for anybody who's like not a teacher, like teacher Instagram, teacher TikTok, teacher, all those things, you just like share ideas about like things you did in your classroom, products that your students like, books your students like. So I shared this in April of 2022. And that is the framing of their like whole thing is that like, I teach my students in 2022 about empathy, but I don't show the House defendants any empathy. Now, that is not true. I actually do have a lot of empathy for what they are going through in terms of like this definition of like, I can put my heart into their heart and I can feel what they're feeling. And it sucks for them. Like, that is not a position that I would want to be in. I feel like when I empathize with what they're going through, I feel panicked and terrified and anxious and angry at all of us because we won't just go away and we won't be quiet and we won't leave them alone. I understand that. I have that empathy. Empathy doesn't mean that you like care. That's sympathy. Empathy is just like, I can understand what you're feeling. So right off the bat, we're kind of missing the point, but here we go. The next video, yes, and I like empathize, sympathize, care. It affects me what Karen was put through. Because there's a difference between being put through something and going through something because you got yourself into a sticky situation, allegedly, supposedly, in my opinion, all the words. Okay. This next post was a reply to Sleuthy Goosey, who reposted, I think, one of Testify's first videos that they put out attacking this person, Hot Wheels. And it was one of these videos like this. And they had some other creepy music. And I said, if you change the music, this video is great. And now I can't remember what song I put. Does anybody remember what song I put? It was a fun song. And then it was like kind of a fun video. So that was, I reposted the content that Testify put out and just changed their song. So I only saw this picture because of their post. I didn't post it. I didn't make it. I wouldn't have seen it had they not posted it. So you can't be that mad, I guess. Like, I didn't want my last name out there. So even though it is, I blocked it out on my post of this. Okay. The top is their post. They didn't click show more. I think they just searched my account for the word Karen, got overeager and screenshotted and cut off the post. So I posted the full post just so that you guys know what it said. This was the night of the Karen and Aiden fundraisers, and I was going on both of them. And I said, just so there's no confusion heading into tonight, for me, there's no distinction between supporting Turtle Boy and supporting Karen Reed. That would be like sitting down at a Patriots game, turning to the fan next to you and asking, are you here to support the Pats on offense or on defense? I don't know what their problem with this post was. I don't know how this one fits their narrative, honestly. If any of you understand why they're mad about this one, I think maybe it was just like a dog whistle to their people that was like, Emily likes Karen and Turtle Boy. But that also kind of seems obvious already. So I don't know what they were going for with this one. If you know, let me know. Yeah. I still can't figure this one out. Okay, the next slide in their creepy song video, it's saying Karen is as bad as Turtle Boy to them. Right, but like, what does that have to do with, like, it just seems like I have posted some things we're going to get to that like it was a little like out of pocket. Like, I think you're right that that's what they were going for. I just, there were other posts that demonstrate, there are other things I've posted, not to like give them any ideas, but like there are other things I've posted that like get to the heart of their argument a little bit better. Anyways, the next slide in their creepy whatever video is a picture from the other night that somebody took of Aiden when somebody gave him a present that was me on a stick with drama free is the life for me. I loved this. I had nothing to do with this. The me in that picture is cardboard, just in case they didn't realize that. I wasn't there. I did not give this to Aiden. I didn't know he was getting that. So again, I think it's what you were saying before. I think it's the point is just like, look, Emily's on Turtle Boy's team. Again, I think there's better arguments for them to pursue, but don't give them any ideas. I gotcha. Okay. Mavka and Sky said to them, it's you agreeing that she harassed them too. So if their whole thing is Aiden is a witness intimidator, then if I support Aiden and I support Karen, then Karen's a witness intimidator and I'm a witness intimidator. And that's, there's Shakespeare. There's levels to this. Debbie said, well, you aren't made of cardboard. And that just reminded me when I taught kindergarten on Zoom. And one of my students, like 6 weeks into Zoom school during COVID, was like, are you real? And I liked that question. I was like, oh, you just think I live in your computer, which probably kids will be taught by a robot inside their computer someday. Yes, KY Heather, you caught me. I was the waitress at Hooters that night. Which Hooters did they even go to? Because I was thinking of the Dedham one, but that's not the Dedham one. Okay, you guys. And I'm going to, again, need you to get to the Shakespeare level of like what the deeper meaning is here, because the next post, and like, they had to do me dirty of like, you can screenshot a post at any time during a video. They waited for the transition for me to look like, So thank you guys for that. Love it for me. The next slide in their video is a parody video that I made of Jen McCabe's harassment prevention order hearing that she went to in Stoughton District Court on May 30th, 2023 to try to get a harassment prevention order against, I like that, it's Picasso, against Aiden. And the post says, is there any way you can do something so he can't blog about me? Now, let's access some receipts, shall we? House defendants were the house defendants. Okay.
Is there anything else you want me to consider?
Is there any way that you can do something so he can't blog about me?
Well, no, and that's kind of the crux of where I'm about to go with this.
Yeah.
Under the request you're asking me, a significant portion, I believe, of what you're telling me is essentially protected free speech under the First Amendment. I'm sure you can appreciate he is a quote-unquote member of the press.
Can you guys hear that? Because the post was, is there any way you can do something so he can't blog about me? And it was a parody video, and that was one of the quotes in the parody video that I made. And then it's literally a quote from her.
Is there anything else you want me to consider?
Is there any way that you can do something so he can't blog about me?
Well, no, and that's kind of the crux of where I'm about.
Also, the judge there, I forget, I knew the judge once upon a time, but now I can't think of who it was. But his response when he's like, well, no, like, that's the First Amendment. I really liked that. If any of you can figure out why that was a problem, or what, not why, I get that, I get why they don't like the idea that I'm like publicizing something that was probably quite embarrassing for her, but it doesn't feel like it supports their thesis statement that teachers don't just teach subjects, they help shape the people our children become. It's hard to square that sentiment with the public behavior. Like, the public behavior. Okay. Speaking of the public behavior, you guys want to read her affidavit from that? Has anybody not seen this yet? Because while I was searching for the audio to prove that I was literally just quoting her, I found her affidavit from April 18th, 2023, where she said, Aiden Carney has been attacking my character through multiple social media platforms and in person. I am currently a witness in the Commonwealth versus Karen Reed. Over the course of the last month and a half, also, I don't like her handwriting. Sorry if that's defamation, but I don't like your handwriting. The defendant has harassed me, my husband, my children, my extended family, and my friends. On May 24th, 2023, Aiden Carney chased myself. You taught 5th grade, Jen. Chased myself, husband, family, and friends out of the courthouse and proceeded to harass and intimidate me where I feared for my safety. Aiden Carney proceeded to call me a cop killer while videoing the interaction in order to share on his multiple social media platforms. That same day, Mr. Carney went on his live broadcast where he continued to spread his lies and misinformation, once again calling me and my husband cop killers, and threatened, allegedly, supposedly, and threatened to make my life hell. He has also threatened to come to my children's public events and lacrosse games in order to embarrass me and continue with his vulgar rants. He has repeatedly called me a C word. He has parked and took live video outside of my house on a public street. He threatened he would be back in order to make my life hell. He has posted numerous photos of my minor children over his multiple social media sites, causing fear and anxiety in my children. He is creating and profiting off of t-shirts that he has made in order to humiliate me and my physical appearance. As I have outlined, these incidents of harassment have been going on since April. They still are. Have been going on since April. Where was that? In order to harass, intimidate, and cause fear and anxiety to myself, my family, and friends. Mr. Carney has said time and time again he will continue to disrespect, embarrass, and make my life miserable. She's not very good at lists. Like when you make a list, you're supposed to keep the same, like, structure. Anyways, to both embarrass and make my life miserable, both in person and over social media. This behavior continues on a daily basis, and I feel it will never end. Well, you got one thing right. Allegedly, supposedly, on not me. I am asking the court to issue an emergency harassment order to protect the safety of myself and my family. P.S. I have also provided a thumb drive showing multiple events of Aiden Carney's harassment towards me. So, yes, Derek got it. Parallel structure, exactly. So the judge read that, looked at the thumb drive, and was like, huh, seems you made an enemy who's following his First Amendment rights, and bummer for you. Not entirely sure still why this made the video, but it did. I guess they just wanted me to make sure that you guys had all seen that. I think that's why they did that, if I had to guess. Yeah, and she was a teacher, and it's like, you're all obsessed with this teacher stuff, but like 5th grade teachers teach parallel structure. I just teach sounding out words. Yeah. Okay, their next post, so they did a couple of internet ones, and then they're back to my teaching content from February of 2022 for some strange reason, where I shared a book I absolutely love, still love it. I put the cover there in case you guys are looking for a good kids book. It's called I Am You, a book about Ubuntu. And if anybody was a Celtics fan in 2008 with Doc Rivers, then you know about Ubuntu, which loosely translates to like, I am you. It's about empathy again. It's a really, really adorable book. You're trying to get me in trouble. If you get a chance later, can you take a picture of that letter and put it in a short video? Trying to get you like when they're after me. Yay! Nikki Undercover said, I'm South African. We love Ubuntu. Maybe you can explain it better than I am right now, but oh, there you go. It means I am because you are. That's what it is. I am because you are. And the book is about kids recognizing that, like, because you're happy, I'm happy too. Because you're sad, I'm sad too. Because you like exist in the world, I exist in the world too. We are like here together. And the post was literally me reading this book saying like, I love you and I love myself too. Our hearts beat the same. I am you. The caption says, I love this book so much. A nice reminder. I appreciate that they put that in to let everybody know about this book because it really is special. And for all of us to get that reminder that, you know, even though there are things that we disagree with, the McCabe's, the Alberts, the Uris, the Proctors, there are also things that we agree with them on. There are like scenarios where we would be on the same side with them, like a zombie attack or something. There are like, if you're a Patriots fan and you were at a Patriots game and Matt McCabe was next to you and you didn't realize it was him, you might high five when they score a touchdown. I did do a live about this book. Daily Wolf, you've been here. You're an OG. I love that. Yeah, you might like the Patriots score and you might not realize it's Matt McCabe and you might high five him because we are all just like in this life together. There are things that we overlap on. There are things that we disagree on. Not entirely sure why it made the diss track about me, but it did. So that was the next, and they put like, this was like a long clip too. They put basically the whole book. So I think they liked it. And the pictures are really, really cute in that book. So I appreciate that they spread the message of Ubuntu. Thank you. Okay, this is one that I am going to apologize for. And it actually took me going back to the context to like understand why I kind of like stepped out of my character a little bit in this one. So on the left is what they posted. And that was rude of me. The post said, as if karma isn't already melting her face like ice cream on a hot day. I shouldn't have said that. That's not something like, even if I like got into a verbal altercation with Carrie Roberts in the middle of TJ Maxx, trying to think where we would like bump into each other. I wouldn't do that anyways, but I wouldn't say that to her in real life. That was rude. That when I saw that, that was a good reminder for me that when you're online and you're just kind of going, you could say things that you don't mean. However, then I went on X and I still apologize. Carrie, I'm sorry. You're going through a lot. But then I did go back to the original post, which was Boozy Beauty clipped that from the Foreplay Network and said, this is how Carrie Roberts feels about Karen. Take this statement as you please. And this was the statement. Carrie said, I know the truth. I know what happened. I know that I will see John again, and I know that Karen won't. Karma will always come and get you. And Boozy Beauty had said, personally, claiming you know about the afterlife and what will happen might be one of the quickest ways for the universe to hand you karma. It goes both ways, Carrie. You get what you give. And I responded, as if karma isn't already melting her face like ice cream on a hot day, with a little melting face emoji. So again, not my finest moment, but going back to the context, I kind of understood a little bit better why I stepped out of character like that. And I'm sorry. You're right that that should go in the like Emily is mean video. I will give you guys this one. Also, though, Carrie probably didn't love that you guys made that picture of her. Like, you couldn't, like, for her sake, do a little beauty filter for her just for the video? Okay. This one I don't apologize for, and here's why. The post on the left is what they posted. I said, how about Karen's hair with some greater than signs compared to Coco's hair with the little covering my mouth laughing emoji. I didn't remember posting this, so I went back to the context, which I actually do have an apology for this. It is not to them. I said on August 27th during the Adelson trial, I believe, let the juxtaposition of these men today be a lesson for any current or future law enforcement officers out there. Maintain your integrity, maintain your hair. It's that simple. My apology, hello, smart April. My apology is to anybody bald out there. It doesn't mean you don't have integrity. I'm sorry I said that. You're very handsome. It doesn't mean you're a bad person if you're bald. I'm sorry I said that. That is my actual apology. But there was this man with this like lovely coiffed hair on the left who was like a very upstanding agent. And then there's Proctor looking all sweaty and shiny and proctory. So somebody had commented and said, maybe that's the actual secret, only for men though, because Katie's hair was pretty amazing. Wait, is it because she finally told the truth? And then I said, how about Karen's hair over Coco's hair? I don't apologize for this because objectively, Karen's hair is better than Coco's hair. I think Nicole would say that. Like, Karen has great hair to the point that in the waterfall video, I forget who was on the stand. Who remembers this? Someone was on the stand and was like, was it Yuri who was like, oh yeah, the one with the hair? Yeah, that's Karen. Like, Karen has great hair. She has very versatile hair where she can wear it straight and it stays nice and straight. She can do the little Dyson Airwrap waves and the beachcomber curling iron, and her curls stay in like that perfect beachy wave. She has, yes, see, we do love bald men. That I really do apologize for. It was just I was looking at Proctor. Proctor is like, Karen's hair holds color really well. Like her little money piece in the front, like blends really nicely with the brown of her hair. Like she has great hair. And I didn't say Coco's hair was bad. It doesn't look great on this in this picture. That's not a great picture. When she was on Dateline, she had a like little, like an old-fashioned wig looking style. And it looked better than this. But Karen's hair is better than most people. Exactly, Dexter, save us from the Commonwealth. That is just an objective fact. It's not even the fact that they included that tweet says more about their feelings about Coco's hair than it does about mine, because they read that and they were like, oh, this is mean. No, I just said Karen's hair is better. Like, you could be good at something and then someone else can still be better. You could be great on your flag football team and Tom Brady is still better than you. And it doesn't take away from you being the star of your flag football team. Tom Brady's just better than you. Coco could have great hair. Karen's is still better. So don't apologize for that one. This, again, confused me, but was very interesting. So for anybody who doesn't know, during the retrial, every day I posted a like parody diary from the perspective of Hank Brennan, sometimes Lally, You can, the link is, I think, still somewhere in the internet, maybe in the description of this video. I actually don't know. I put it into a book. So every day I posted a Hank diary. And it was interesting to me that they picked this one as their like trigger. Because to be clear, there were other diary entries that like to me felt a little more like I was like, I didn't actually take this to a publisher when I put it all together because I did get a little bit nervous about like defamation. I've heard that Hank's a little busy these days just catching up on some things, so I don't think that he's going to like go after little old me. But that was a moment in my mind. But this diary entry at the top has I Heart Police. It was May 6, 2025. And I wrote, Dear Diary. Should I do it in Hank's voice? Dear Diary. Yesterday I hired, wait, I need my Hank glasses. Dear Diary. Yesterday, I hired myself as the defense attorney for the police, and today was the best day yet. Wow, these guys need me. They didn't even pretend to be real officers. So every time they said something stupid, like that Gallagher is psychic and knows what's on an Allo camera recording without watching it, I just asked, what did the ground feel like? And then everyone was thinking about how John got killed by the ground. Why would cops cover that up? New plan. I'm not going to call Higgins, Brian Albert, Matt McCabe, or any of them. They're not part of my new case. XOXO, Hank. Now, was this like a wink, wink, nudge, nudge to Yuri? Because that's the only, like, I'm talking like parody joke bad about the police. I don't. Ryan Nagel's face when Hank said to him, was how hard was the ground? And he was like, you mean the road? How hard? 10 out of 10, the best. Why did this one make the cut? Was it just, and like the answer to that might be they were just scanning quickly and they saw the words like McCabe and Albert. And that was that. I will see you over at Melanie in a little bit. I also have this set up to send us all there when we're done. So if you can stay with me a little longer, yay. If anybody can understand why this was the one that made the diss track, I would love to know. Okay. The next one is, they didn't include the top part from Grave Concerns, but I had to go back and find the context of why I even said this. So Grave Concerns on July 1st said, wife's birthday today. Do I leave donuts in her car in this 80-degree weather? Not sure if it will hit like the blizzard donuts. Open to suggestions. Now, that is an objectively funny joke and probably should be to them too, because their story is that Julie went to Dunkin' Donuts at the beginning of the blizzard, where it really wasn't snowing that much, you guys. That time, it was fine to go to Dunkin' Donuts. The weird part is that she left the donuts, was planning to leave the donuts in a car to require her nephew on his birthday to go out into the snowstorm to get the cold donuts and cold coffee from the car. He would have to get all bundled up and go outside to the car instead of bringing them to the door. That's their story. Like, we didn't make that up. So I responded, on warm weather birthday murders, Julie leaves an ice cream cake in the car. Now, I'm not calling Julie or any of them murderers in this. To be clear, in their version of events, there was also a murder. They just think Karen did it. So the fact that they see that post as defamatory or offensive or rude to them tells me that they are reading that as the murders, which is not what I was saying. There just was a murder, and the joke is not about that. The joke is about Julie doing a weird thing with the car and the birthday treats. And that's not defamatory because that's just a joke. So again, on warm weather birthday murders, Julie leaves an ice cream cake in the car. It was funny. I laughed. I don't usually laugh at my own jokes because I don't think I'm that funny. That was a funny one. I liked that one. HB Sunrider gets it. Yeah, wait, was it his birthday at midnight or was it his birthday that day? That's a great point. Okay. The next post, I think, is just the, like, what you guys pointed out before, just a Turtle Boy dog whistle. It's just like anything that says Turtle Boy or shows that I support Aiden is bad. Which is also, you guys, why we need to stay together a little bit longer. Even if you don't love him, just stick with this side a little bit longer, just until everything is wrapped up neatly with a bow. Because I do get a little bit of this from our side too. And I understand it, and you're allowed to feel your feelings, but if you can just hold on a little bit longer, like if you have to pee on an airplane, but you also don't want to go in the airplane bathroom, so you hold it because the flight's landing in 45 minutes. Just hold it a little bit longer. Anyways, I said we've raised $150 for the Turtle Boy Defense Fund, so I was encouraging people when I made that book with Hank's diaries and stuff to send a donation to the Turtle Boy Defense Fund. We raised, it wasn't even a lot of, I didn't like make a big deal about it. I think we raised in total like $200 or something. Yeah, that's in the diss track. Okay. This is an interesting one too. If you don't know Sergio Denaro, on YouTube, his account is Truth Revealed, and he's been gone for a little while, like on a hiatus. And I just saw that he, like yesterday, posted that he's coming back, which, yay. If you have not, I'm like literally the same way I feel about Fervent, which we should do another song in a second. If you haven't ever watched Sergio Denaro, I'm literally jealous that you get to like experience his videos for the first time. He's basically a human lie detector. He can explain the way that like our language gives away when we're not telling the truth about things. And it's very cool. He has a whole Hagen series that you should go watch if you've never seen it. Literally jealous. Okay. We're going to watch the clip that I posted from him. And the post said, according to Sergio Denaro, literal verbiage equals inadvertent confession. Here's the post. Here's the video.
That are sitting there right in plain sight. Indicator number 1 is called literal verbiage, and it means exactly what it says. Here's how it works. When somebody tries to lie about a specific memory or event, their brain often becomes hyper-focused on what they're hiding. Remember, the Broca section is both operating independently and hyper-fixating on that seared-in memory. So they might inadvertently state the exact truth they're desperate to conceal, mixed subtly into their deceptive speech. Now, let me give you a couple example phrases and let's see if you can tell which one is deceptive and which one isn't. Statement number 1. I can't believe she said I killed those girls. Statement number 2. I can't believe she accused me of killing those girls. Did you notice the difference? Yeah, obviously. The deceptive person literally says the incriminating phrase, I killed those girls, embedded within their speech, unintentionally confessing through their own words. The truthful statement never directly admits guilt. It's careful, articulate, and devoid of hidden admissions. This is not accidental. When your brain is hyper-focused on, I killed those girls, it's almost impossible to not let those words come out somewhere in your speech. That's why I look so intently for those inadvertent confessions.
Okay. Well, I posted that, and then I posted this clip of Jen from Nightline.
And anyone who's friends with us support cop killers.
Yeah.
Let's hear that again for posterity.
And anyone who's friends with us support cop killers.
Yeah.
And anyone who's friends with us support cop killers. It's just her words paired with Sergio's analysis. I didn't say Jen is a cop killer. The post literally says, according to Sergio Gennaro, literal verbiage, which I pronounced wrong first, is an inadvertent confession, and then a quote from Jen McCabe that says, anyone who is friends with us support cop killers. Again, it's just a quote from her. Jen doesn't like her own quotes very much, does she? So I did not say anything. I just put two things out into the world, and they both just exist in a post. So one more time, Jen, what was that?
And anyone who's friends with us support cop killers.
Yeah.
Oh, anyone who's friends with us support cop killers. Okay. Thanks for letting us know. Should we do a Fervent song break? Yes, we should. Let's watch. Let's watch the Judd Welcher song. And then we're going to get into another song which made the diss track, which is one I kind of do feel bad about.
Class, today we're gonna learn how to do accident reconstruction. Does that sound fun? Well, listen up, cause here's how it's done. First thing to do is cosplay as the victim. You gotta buy his sweater, his shoes, and then some. His boxers, his shirt, and his denim. You all look confused. Did I say something wrong? I really need you all to play along. See, I don't have much evidence to work with, so I gotta half-ass it. It won't be perfect. Do me a favor, bring that bucket over here. Well, I was lost, but now I have an idea. You gotta paint your arm blue. What does that prove? I don't got a clue, and neither do you. Could have been a doctor, but I paint my arm blue. Yo, yeah, could have been a doctor, but I paint my arm blue. Alright, next thing up, I need some elbow grease. Yeah. We're gonna send this Lexus up to outer space, cause Hank Brennan won't give me any x-rays. There is no evidence, what do I do? Well, I guess I gotta paint my arm blue. You gotta paint your arm blue. What does that prove? I don't got a clue, and neither do you. That could have been a doctor, but I paint my arm blue. Yo, yeah, could have been a doctor, but I paint my arm blue. 400,000, thank you.
How good If you have not hopped over to subscribe, please do that because he deserves all our love and attention. And when I was saying before, like when you know that somebody is like as deep in it as you, like that part, like I could have been a doctor, like that was a 1 second little moment on the stand where he was like, my dad wanted me to be a doctor. Or no, I wanted to be a doctor, but my dad said don't because he was a doctor and he said that it was not good. Really, his dad was like, I swear to God, if you follow me around in the clinic, I'm going to lose it. My opinion. But that's how, like, he wasn't just in the song, like, oh, like Judd painted his arm blue, whatever. Like, he's like deep in it with us. I love it. Yes, this is like the single. Okay. Speaking of songs, I have another, now we're getting to another post that I shouldn't, I mean, okay. I don't think it was defamation, but it wasn't nice of me because Caitlin and Tristan have been through a lot, and I should have just not known when their wedding was and not posted anything on their wedding. But the weather report for their wedding day was rain, and I wrote, "This is dedicated to Caitlin and Tristan as they prepare for their special day." Tune Ironic by the iconic Alanis Morissette. And I said, if it rains on your wedding day, that means your family still needs to pay for the lies they told and the life they took away, 'cause Karen was acquitted. I mean, it's clearly a joke. It's not even that good, but I should have left them alone on their wedding. I apologize for that. I mean, I didn't like go to their wedding and sing this. I just posted it. Yeah, if it rains on your wedding day, that means your family still needs to pay for the lies they told. They did lie. And the life they took away because Karen was acquitted. And because Karen was acquitted, somebody else killed John. And like Loophole Lawyer says, this case was very easy to solve because there was a small amount of people, 10 people over a shorter period of time. And Chloe's a good dog. She didn't do it. Ruff, I'm a good dog. I didn't do it. So somebody did. Sorry, Caitlin and Tristan. I'm sorry that you were forced into this situation. But I'm also sorry that I knew when your wedding was. That was weird of me to look up the weather. Okay, this is the post. This is the one that really got everybody all fired up. So in December, Aiden had a live show where he was talking about an ex-girlfriend that shall not be named. And he was talking about how she was just teetering into like what he calls turtle boy derangement syndrome. And then he said to the chat, and I'm sure a whole bunch of you were there, what are some things that you could look for that kind of like let you know that somebody has teetered into turtle boy derangement syndrome? Now, before we go any further, the term turtle boy derangement syndrome comes from a actual legal document that Mark Betterow wrote. It's an 88-page mega motion. It's in a footnote that says nothing encapsulates turtle boy derangement syndrome, an affliction which causes people who turn on Mr. Carney, including Miss Gattani, which welcome back, Lindsay. Love you. To engage in irrational behavior, more than the several people who protested in support of Miss Reed's innocence and then flippantly switched sides and protested for her conviction solely because of their hatred for Mr. Carney. After she accused Mr. Carney of intimidating her, Miss Gattani became a rabid advocate for Miss Reed's guilt. Again, welcome back. Linz, you're doing the right thing. That on July 1st, 2024, clad in the same Justice for John O'Keefe shirt as Miss Peter, she appeared with Miss Peter on a live interview with Court TV. And then that comes with a, whatever you call it, exhibit with pictures of Lindsay Gattani, Kate Peter, and I actually don't even know. This is how little I follow that drama. I don't know who that other one is, the September 15th to June 28th. But it's showing 3 people who started with as on the Free Karen Reed side and then got upset with Aiden and became inflicted with Turtle Boy derangement syndrome, as Mr. Betterow has named it. So in the chat that night, he said something like, that would be funny to make a bingo card with the like things that classify Turtle Boy derangement syndrome. What are some of them? Strange credulity, my friend. If you are here, you are the winner of why they are so mad about this, because I just went through the chat the next day. A whole bunch of people tagged me on Twitter and they were like, Emily, you need to make this. And I was like, sure. And it's very pretty. I will give myself that. But they are very mad about the bottom corner that says children and semen. The rest of the boxes on the bingo card say things like wiretapping, the leader, grifter, cult, sexual deviant, misogynist, bully, penis nose. Nobody was mad about that. Blogger. Okay. I got them all from the chat. I didn't put, I can't, you put that sentence together in your head because I literally can't even say it. I am not advocating for those two things to ever go together. It is just a thing that people say when they get mad at Turtle Boy. But now, these are some of the comments that I have gotten. Who in their right mind makes a bingo card like children and semen from a kindergarten teacher? Okay. I cannot believe the online bullying campaign that I have waged against the witnesses and their families. Imagine being a kindergarten teacher, making videos about teaching empathy while also creating a bingo card that says children and semen as a space and attacking another woman's appearance. Dear God, please watch the video until the end. Please keep that in mind because we are going to get to the end of what the very egregious thing that happens there. Let's not forget the bingo card Emily made. She's drama-free, right? The bottom left corner says children and semen. Who does that? Then I tried to find some more of their posts and I made the mistake of typing my name and semen. And I immediately closed Twitter and was unhappy that I made that choice. So don't do that. Yeah. You guys, not you guys, not you, not you people, but the you guys who are mad about this. That's the Turtle Boy derangement syndrome. That's the point. It's a thing that people say when they're mad at Aiden. And now it's a thing that you say when you're mad at me. And that's not a bingo. Do you guys know how to play bingo? It's like, if you hear it, you check it off. So every time that you guys say that in a mad way to me, I just get it checked off my bingo card. It's not anything more than, I'm not saying like, send me your, like, it is a graphic. It is the corner of a little bingo card. But yeah, so that one really was not, okay. Now another one that was mean, and I apologize. Somebody posted a picture of, I don't know why, you guys, I was not very nice to her on her wedding. I'm sorry. Somebody posted a picture of Caitlin Albert at her wedding, and I said, how do you look prettier testifying in your dad's murder trial than at your wedding? Now, in that time period in June, somebody commented and said, what a mean, stupid post, which I should have said, like, yeah, you're right, that was mean. But also, all the post says was that I thought she looked very pretty on the stand, even prettier than in the wedding picture. Anything beyond that is your mean, stupid interpretation. So, not my nicest moment. But she did look very pretty on the stand. Sorry, I shouldn't have talked about a little girl, not a little girl, a young girl, a young woman, a young lady at her wedding, regardless of, I shouldn't have talked about her looks at her wedding. It's not for me, but I did, and I'm sorry. And I don't think it's the burden that they are acting like it is going against all of these children's books that I like. Also, like, I follow children's books like some people follow the Bible, but like, you don't always follow the Bible. A lot of you guys who do follow it, sometimes you go out of character a little bit, and then you come back to the teachings of the children's books or the teachings of the Bible. So I will repent for this. I will reflect on why I felt the need to say that at all. And I will not value her. I don't know. I'm sorry. That one I do apologize for. Okay, now here's the last one. So in that post before that said, wait until the end. In 2020, I had just had Carter. He was like a month old. I shared some children's books from my house on TikTok. It was like the height of COVID. I was sleep deprived. I just shared some books from my personal library. And then there were people in the comments telling me things like, if I was your baby, I would kill myself. He was 1 month old, you guys. Not you guys, but the people on, this is not the first time that trolls have not loved me. So then I made a post that said, like, I can handle seeing rude comments like that, but there are kids, I have former students on this app who would get upset if they went into the comments of one of my videos and saw people saying, like, you should kill yourself. As you can see, I've been doing this drama-free life long before this world ever existed to me. I said, that's fine. We don't all have to agree. It's my house. You don't live here. You don't need to come read my books. That's the big burn at the end. So just to be clear, this part, dear God, please watch the video until the end. That's the end. It ends after that. A video from December 22nd, 2020, where I said, hey, we can disagree. Can you just not tell me to kill myself on TikTok? Because my like 4th grade former students might be sad about that. Yeah. So that was a grand finale. And then the video ends. Then these are some of the comments. A kindergartner teacher. WTF. I wish I was your kindergartner teacher, because we would have worked on a lot. Another one said, she's no teacher. Emily C. is a nasty advocate and a hypocrite. You preaching empathy, Emily, is an effing joke, you coward. Now, is the irony apparent to all of us? that you are being a hypocrite because you are not being empathetic in that post? No? Okay. As a former teacher, I can say that this woman should be fired from her position of teaching young children immediately. Well, lucky for you, I was not fired, but I did choose to leave the classroom in 2023. When you choose that profession, you know that it is not appropriate to have public social media, yeah, it is, in which you are commenting on anything inappropriate. Debatable. It just comes with the job. Additionally, she doesn't have the proper moral character to be influencing kindergartners who take all that you teach them to heart. Because I shared 3 books about empathy. There's too much risk with having someone this hateful being responsible for being in a classroom. I think we should show your disdain for yet another vile person going after the witnesses with such horrible things to say by donating and making a comment so everyone can see that she helped raise more money for defendingthetruth.org. Now, lovely, I appreciate that call to action. I think it's good when like a hate post ends with a call to action. What I didn't love was that somebody made a donation in my husband's name referencing my mother-in-law. Again, what is with my mother-in-law? That was weird. I didn't love that. You could have just used your own name. Also, it was only $25. Like if you're going to like dox my mother-in-law, like go bigger. It was a $25 donation. Like that's, thank you. Okay, maybe the most unhinged and scariest of them all. This one is creepy. I think she lives in a mental ward. Well, this is my house. If it was a mental ward, this is a very nice mental ward. Sometimes I feel like I'm in the mental ward in my own house, to be perfectly honest. But that's just being a normal mom, a real normal mom that doesn't know anything about ice cream trucks and FBI. And yeah, Norfolk County is a mental ward. But this is actually just my house. As you can see from the dying plant and the picture of me and Carter's ice cream cone that he made at school. So yeah. Wow, that is insane. A teacher, wow. Just some advice for that poster. Sometimes you wanna get your like reaction out and then turn that reaction into a post. I feel like we're more in your head as you're live reacting. Okay, wow, that is insane. A teacher, wow. Shows how unwell she is, unreal. Wow. Guess so. And the last one, if absolute and total R word, I don't like that word, so I'm not going to say it. Don't get offended when you guys say it, but I just don't love it. If I had a brain, I'd be dangerous. Well, bummer for you. I do have a brain, so I guess I'm dangerous. DEI FKR. That was funny. I actually will give that person some credit for that one. DEI FKR. I don't quite know the quota that I'm filling in the like DEI checklist. I'm like a white woman. But it's funny. A little bit. This was my response. I said, I didn't engage with, I'm going to show you the ones I did engage with. Thank you. I'm under the kind of like mindset that there's nothing that I can say to those people that is going to get through to them. Like, I'm not going to be like, look, it's my house. It's not a mental ward. Stop saying that. This is a good question. If you guys know the answer to that, I think it's like Denise I don't know for sure. If anybody knows who the brains and legal counsel is behind this, I would be interested just for my own curiosity, not because I'm trying to do anything. But I'm under the mindset that there's nothing I can say that's going to make them be like, oh my gosh, you're right, Emily. Like, I'm a fan now. Anything I say, they're going to double down. So my post was, the family doth protest too much, and a link to my drama-free merch and my new sweatshirt that I'm obsessed with that says drama-free is the life for me. Available now. The link is in the description. Yeah. That's all I really had to say about that. There were like 2 other posts I responded to. One of them was from Kate Peter that said, Emily C., the former kindergarten teacher who has belittled, mocked, and defamed state witnesses in the Karen Reed case, has changed her handle, like my screen name, presumably to try to create some plausible deniability and distance now that her less than empathetic tweets have been exposed by Testify. Make no mistake, though, it's all her. She is now at the Emily C. Now, let's just put aside the fact that I had changed my handle 6 days prior and made a post about it where I said, okay, I finally did it, changed my username from my 1998 AOL screen name with a screenshot of the Emily C. and a picture of me. Let's just put that to the side for a second, that had happened 6 days ago. Melanie, send me a message on X and I can do that. How would changing my handle from EM64000, which could be anybody, to the Emily C, how would that help with my picture? It is me in the picture. How would that help me create some plausible deniability and distance? Anybody? Bueller? Because that's another one I just don't quite get. And that's the end of my week of being doxxed. Now, I would like to be very clear. Trolls, I accept your hatred. I embrace it. You don't need to do any more. I understand where you're coming from. I appreciate you sharing your opinions with me. I am glad that you were able to get that out. And now, I was going to say move on to somebody. I don't want them to move on to somebody else. How about we all just go back to our separate corners? We can just exist on opposite sides of the internet and never need to interact. And that would be fun. Or there should be a little middle ground where people who want to spar can spar. But I don't love the negativity, even if it wasn't directed towards me. So thank you again for sharing your opinions. I do apologize for being so oddly focused on Caitlin's wedding. And I'm sorry I said that Carrie's face looked like it was melting like ice cream on a hot day. That was rude. Trolls, how about, to lift the mood a little bit, we listen to Up in the Sallyport by Fervent. And Zach, I saw you before said you like more hip-hop-y or rap music. Maybe this one will be for you.
We be busting taillight in the cannon Sallyport, drinking out of solo cups up in the Sallyport, reviewing grainy footage up in the Sallyport, keep my shopping bags up in the Sallyport. Pauly G said they hold liquid terrifically. There must be a reason he made 300 G's. Said it would be over if she just copped the plea. Now it's a whole episode and we're on season 3. Yeah, we're talking Karen Reed, and even though she's free, she can't get rid of these goddamn O'Keefes. Cause how can Paul get laid if there ain't a trial 3? We be busting taillight in the Cannon Sally Port, drinking out of solo cups up in the Sally Port, reviewing grainy footage up in the Sally Port, keep my shopping bags up in the Sally Port. Organics dancing drunk, getting lit to Creed. Tully's still in Cali, interviewing Natalie. Proctor's lost his job, calling up Morrissey, wondering what went wrong with his auto delete. Hey Proctor, I got a question for you. Who's the whack job cutting out? Now get your leaky balloon out in the unemployment line. We be busting taillight in the Cannon Sally Port, drinking out of solo cups up in the Sally Port, reviewing grainy footage up in the Sally Port, keep my shopping bags up in the Sally Port.
I was muted, sorry. Also, Aiden's rant the other night when people were saying that he was muted was one of the funnier things I've seen in a long time. You guys, you have to keep telling him that like he's much more entertaining when the drama is like silly stuff like that. This username is perfect for this stream. Trolls have free speech too. Notice I'm not saying like, you shouldn't say that, I'm getting a lawyer, I'm blah, 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 blah. You shared your opinions. I appreciated hearing them. You also have free speech, just like I do. And I appreciate hearing it. I now understand your position. We can move on. Right? They're so good. We're going to listen to another one. Hold on. I got to remove some of these. I have too many things up. Let's remove Emily C. as a domestic terrorist. We don't need that anymore. Okay. Hold. Video. Oh no. Well, I have two. Okay, let's play this one while I find the one I wanted to play. This was the song that I heard first from Fervent that like got me hooked. Fervent Hosp. Nobody knows what Hosp is. Or we all know what Hosp is. Hosp is the friends we made along the way. There we go. This is the bop.
We believe that we can unlock an iPhone with our ass. We believe that medical science is a bunch of crap. We believe that Sir Isaac Newton doesn't know shit about physics. We believe that Celebrite sometimes makes up timestamps but still is the best in the business. We believe that it is acceptable to rehome your family pet of 7 years. We believe that when we are harassed, that's the only time we shed real tears. We believe that we love John O'Keefe, but our group chat showed no compassion. We believe that sometimes you slip on ice and land on your knuckles. Don't you hate when that happens? We believe in providing law enforcement with specific text strings that make us look good and then destroying the ever-loving shit out of our phones. I'm not done. And then taking that destroyed phone and dumping it on a military base. Totally normal. We believe in manipulating people when they are most vulnerable. We believe we have to tell each other what to say to Channel 4, even though it's supposedly the truth. We believe that you're dumb enough to believe that John's injuries came from an SUV. We believe that If we put a billboard up, we can shift the narrative and point the finger back at the woman who was acquitted twice. We believe in disgracing the memory of a law enforcement officer and turning his tragic death into the biggest spectacle. Now shut up, look the other way, and give us money. Sincerely yours, the House defendants.
Like that, it like hits everything. It's like catchy. It's based in the facts from the trial. It's emotional. Like the end, like that hits. Oh my gosh, I love that so much. I played that for a friend who like very loosely followed the trial, like mostly like followed it through me and like kind of got the headlines. And even she was like obsessed with it. Like that's how you know that's like the single from like there we get the whole album because we understand it all. But that's the one that they play on the radio. What I wanted to play were there's two songs. If you have kids around or if you're sensitive to bad words, sorry, they're necessary for these songs. I also like, sometimes people like they think like, oh, I'm like sweet, so I don't swear or something. I like bad words when they're used effectively, if that makes sense. Like, I don't love people saying, like, I wouldn't swear right now just explaining my thoughts about bad words, but I will swear like when it matters to make my point. And there are bad words in a couple of these songs, some that we just played, but especially the one we're about to play. But it is necessary for getting the point across, and that's the kind of bad words that I really like. This is like my favorite type of bad words. So Fervent created two songs that are like, I picture it like an 8 Mile, like the diss tracks back and forth. This is Lally's diss track to Hank, and then we'll hear Hank's diss track to Lally. Also, poor Hank, just trying to rebuild his life after embarrassing himself. Bummer.
Biting my tongue for so long. Fuck you, Hank. Think you're better than me. Fuck you, Hank. You are not Lally. Fuck you, Hank. Think you're better than me. Fuck you, Hank. But why don't we see? I'm a basic kind of guy, I really don't need to flaunt. Smoking 6 packs a day and I'm happy as a hog. All I do is mumble, do I really need any lungs? The trial 1 jury was just like me, they were hung. Trial 2 came around and you wanna bench me? Not one.
Hold, please. We need to talk about that line. That trial 1 jury was just like me, they were hung. AI can't write that. So AI can make the music, but AI can't write that. That is so funny. Also from Lally. I don't want to think about that, but that, to me, doesn't track for Lally. He doesn't have that beady. Okay.
All I do is mumble, do I really need any lungs? The trial 1 jury was just like me, they were hung. Trial 2 came around and you wanna bench me? Not one guilty vote was embarrassing to see. Need to remind you that my jury was 9-3. Take your little OUI and get about the scene. Fuck you, Hank, Hank. Think you're better than me? Fuck you, Hank. You are not Lolly. Fuck you, Hank. Think you're better than me? Well, why don't we see? Oh, I know what will get us the win. Ask Rachel about his fucking ham sandwich again. That'll prove this beyond all reasonable doubt. Oh, who am I kidding? This shit is a rout. You took this case so damn personally, and I hold that opinion to a scientific certainty. You weasel face, fuck bet, Arca Major P. Even with all the help you got from Beverly, standing ovation. What a robust cross. Psych. Your nerdy ass looks so fucking lost. Just think, $500,000. was all it cost to get our asses kicked in the fucking law. Fuck you, hey, hey. Think you're better than me? Fuck you, hey. You are not lolly. Fuck you, hey. Think you're better than me? Fuck you, hey. Well, why don't we see? Why don't we see?
Hey, how'd that case with the middle school teacher go? I hear you're taking more L's than the Commonwealth.
Hey! Waiting for your response, Becky. Yeah, yeah.
Well, your dog in that little gold crown just made my day. So we're all just making each other's days. How good. Like, oh, Zach gets this. Emily is too white to dance, adorkable. I'm the worst dancer there is. It's really actually embarrassing. I don't really dance. My husband likes to dance, and like we'll go to weddings and it will be like me and the guys like shooting the shit at the bar, and then like my husband and my friends on the dance floor. So that is true, Zach. You are correct. How good is that? And so now we're gonna hear Hank's diss track response, and I will just spoiler alert, Lally won that one. Hank's is good, Lally's is better. I can with Hank.
Today we say a prayer for Adam Lally, the once mediocre prosecutor who stayed mediocre. May the Lord hear our prayer.
In the words of Auntie Bell, speak up loudly. Got a $500,000 cause of your incompetency. Calling me a nerd with creativity. Your shit was boring just like your delivery. Your monotone ass can't demand more cash. Only idiot to use a hung jury as a brag. A lowly ADA, so you must be a hack. You don't wanna see me get spanky on the track. You ain't good enough to have a private practice. You ain't smart enough to hide your malpractice. I was the star, you were like a fading actress. Hope Welcher spreads his load all over your mattress. I know a
Actually take that back from before. That line, Hope Welcher spreads his load all over your mattress. I can't. Now I think it's a tie between the two of them. At the end, you guys have to vote.
Actress, Hope Welcher spreads his load all over your mattress. I know a lot of times that raps be fiction, but really let these next two bars sink in. You ain't skilled enough to get a conviction, even when in a corrupt jurisdiction. As for the aftermath, well, I'm making more cash. As for you, I think I saw you on DoorDash. Man, I kinda feel bad, sitting back with a laugh, counting up on my stacks. But let me end this quite plainly, just in case that your memory's hazy. It was confirmed on the stand that you're lazy when Rosemary made you her baby. All they want a baba.
So good. Fervent. So good. Okay, let's see who won. Lally. Yeah, I agree. But that actually was better than I even remembered. I need to put that one back on the playlist. This was really fun. I'm going to, I think that was everything. I'm going to send you guys, it's like set up so that when we end this, it's gonna send you to Melanie, and she's talking about Aaron Spencer, which is what we should be focused on. So the trolls derailed us for a minute, but now we're ready to get back to being focused. And I appreciate you guys so much. Like like I said at the beginning, I didn't love being the target of their attack, but knowing that, not just like knowing that you guys are on my side, but knowing that like you guys are the good ones. You guys are funny, you're smart, you're talented, you're nice, you're more normal than them. I don't know if any of us are really normal, but more normal than some of the stuff that I saw from them. Like knowing that I had the support of the good ones really did mean a lot. Thank you. It really does like make all of this easier. And it also made it easier for me to explain it to my family, who was like, what did you do? And I was like, no, look, the good ones are on my side. It's just everybody went a little bit crazy. Thank you, Jenny Lou. Thank you, Loophole Lady. You guys are really the best. I will see you around. If you didn't go on Twitter, YouTube, subscribe, follow Fervent, go do that now, because I can only assume there are some more bops coming in our future, including right now, for the very first time, for real, my new outro from Fervent.
If you need a place to breathe, some stress to just relieve, then come watch Emily see, where we keep it drama free. We want justice for John O'Keefe, Aiden and Kelsey, waved bye bye to Morrissey. Let's clean up Norfolk County. Emily C, the one we need, reading sidebars with Corey, writing Hank diaries, giving the people what they need. It's my pleasure to entertain, keeping you laughing makes my day. Positivity all the way. Why don't we tell Satan not today? And now it's time to say goodbye, but before we say goodnight, just keep on